This is my directorial debut as well. I never even thought I wanted to direct or even thought about it, but when you're a theater mom, you suddenly find yourself doing lots of theater things you never thought you would do. So here I am. But I was lucky enough to have two great actors to work with, Jordan Miller and Jennifer Stockdale. They were excellent, and I had excellent materials to work with.
Thank you. And so I took this as a great challenge because those that know me know I tend to write on and on and on. And I knew within 2 hours I could kind of contain it within like 6 or 7 pages. I don't know what you end up printing. Like Patrick, I had an idea in mind. I didn't rewrite it, but I had an idea in mind. We showed up last time like, there's no way that idea is going to work. Somebody came up with the concept yesterday. There's a whole bunch of Thanksgiving stuff going around. Somebody said, murder at Thanksgiving. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'm definitely doing Thanksgiving murder. So originally, Jordan was going to be a ghost, and that lasted till I got in my car, and then I decided to go on a less murdery route and went more towards kindness. So that's kind of where what you'll see tonight. So, spoiler alert, he's not a ghost. Thank you.
Oh, come on, old girl. If you could stand in front of a class of crazy, chaotic kindergartners for all those 47 years, you can just sit right down in that chair and have a cup of coffee with a single solitary man. Okay, you need to just go right over there and sit down. Pronto. Well, it's only 6:55. This is what you get for getting here more than 5 minutes early. 5 minutes of anxious anticipation. Mismatch, your dedicated dating app, designed to match you with the most compatible person on the planet. Once the two of you are in each other's orbits, the rest of the world just fades away into oblivion. Really now, Claire, trusting your heart to a complex series of deep thought or algorithms designed to find the man or woman made specially for you. I thought you were smarter than that. It's the stuff of fantasy or science fiction. Or if you play your cards right, romantic novels. If I'd known better when filling out my online dating profile, I would have made sure I ordered up my own personal Fabio. Oh, there you go, dating yourself again. Fabio must be 80 by now. Okay, it's just 7 o'clock, relax. He's probably here already. Probably just looking for a parking space. Oh, it's amazing what you can do on your phone. Just think, in a minute, I could finally be face to face with my soulmate, my peer, my equal, my forever. Writer guy, 1939.
Hot for teacher, 1939?
Well, I have seen Van Halen in concert 63 times.
And I've seen Wizard of Oz on the big screen 71 times.
Wait, you're my date?
Did we
Did
just
we
say that
at the same time?
Okay.
Okay, you go.
Okay. Well, I'm right guy, I'm Warren.
Pleased to meet you, Warren. I'm Claire, and I'm hot for teacher. I mean, I'm not actually hot for a teacher. I was just hoping to find a fellow Van Halen groupie with that handle. The 1939 was randomly assigned. I guess the first 1,938 hot for teachers were already taken.
Right. Yeah, I think that's probably a fetish thing. You should probably be careful with that name. I think you're going to attract people you don't necessarily want with that one. But it's okay. Tonight you apparently just got boring old me.
Yeah, about that. Clearly there's been a small mistake. I have bananas that are older than you. What are you, 12?
First of all, you should probably throw those bananas out. Unless you're making banana bread. Sorry. Yeah. No, actually, I'm 34. Thank you. I just have really great skin. It's a gift from my mom, along with my slight Wizard of Oz obsession. That's where 1939 came in. That was not random. That was very intentional.
Warren, you really ought to consider that. I thought 1939 was your birth year, or at least the last 4 digits of your social security number. I thought, if this date doesn't go well, at the very least I could steal some part of your identity.
Okay, that's pretty funny. You've got a pretty quick wit for someone of your mature age. Sorry, no, that's not what I meant. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. So, where is everybody?
Well, it is the night before Thanksgiving. Homecomings, football games, pep rallies. Not a lot of places like this are open on a night like tonight. Although, come to think of it, I haven't seen a busboy or a waiter since I walked in.
Yeah, maybe they're just giving us some space to see if a love connection happens.
Now you're showing their age. Maybe they forgot to lock the door for the night. It feels like we're trespassing.
Yes, it does. Look, this is really weird, right? Like, why would we get paired up in the first place?
I guess that's what we get for choosing a site whose motto is "No pictures leads to a picture-perfect life." I mean, you really should be able to see who you're going to go on a date with. I could have shown up and had tusks or something.
That is true. Although, to be fair, you can't just put any picture up there. So, I kind of get where they're coming from. I've gone out with a lot of faux Kardashians in my time. But like, you and I have talked a lot over the weeks, and I feel like we've gotten to know each other fairly well. Really not well enough, but fairly well. I think that's the way to go. You can learn a lot more from somebody than their voice, than a picture, or print, I guess. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Yeah, I mean, the name of the app is Mismatch. Do you think maybe that was a sign?
Oh, yeah. Warren, please don't take this the wrong way. I'm sure you're very sweet, but you could be my grandson. I don't think this, you and I, would ever work out.
No, don't worry. I was not planning to ask for a second date. I was going to be respectful. I'm sorry. I wasn't going to ghost you or anything. Sorry. Ghosting means to just sort of leave without saying.
Warren, I have grandkids. I know what ghosting is. Oh, wait a minute. Did you go to Turner Cove Elementary?
Yes. Why?
Oh, you don't remember me.
No. Should I?
Mrs. Dennis?
The recess monitor?
That was one of my hats. Back then, we were called on to do a lot of things. So I taught kindergarten, I helped in the library, I kept the drop-off line moving, even on those frigid winter mornings, and still kept peace at recess.
Great. Well, my family moved to Turner Cove between first and second grade, so I wouldn't have had you as a kindergarten teacher. So, sorry I didn't recognize you. Though, I mean, to be honest, I was like this tall back then, I barely would have gone up to your waist. Wait a minute, hang on. So, are you telling me, like, in some other universe, there's like a version of me that's currently on a date with his kindergarten teacher because he moved here like a year earlier?
Now who's hot for teacher?
It's the weirdest night of my life.
Buckle up, I'm just getting warmed up. I used to go to bingo with your mom. By the way, how is she?
Fine, I guess. I'm gonna see her tomorrow. You went to bingo with my mom? Have you been 60 forever?
It was a small town and we all like to gamble. That's what small towns do, gamble away their future. And I didn't go with her, but I did see her. I knew her a little. Would you please tell her I said hi?
Yeah, I'll definitely work that into the conversation tomorrow. Somewhere between the stuffing and the yams, I'll say, hey Mom, you'll never believe this, but I had a meet cute yesterday with my almost kindergarten teacher.
Meet cute?
Sorry, yeah. I'm really into movies. I like movies a lot, all of them, especially the old ones. So meet cute's one of those tropes that they have where two people from disparate backgrounds meet in the most unlikely of situations and then begin a whirlwind romance. So, like, for instance, if this was a movie, you would not be my sexagenarian recess monitor that I happen to meet because of a glitch in some computer matrix. Instead, you'd be like a beautiful woman sunbathing on a yacht, and I'd be a paraglider above whose line got cut at just the right moments that I would plummet down and land on the deck right as you were applying suntan lotion. And then it would splash in my face and we'd laugh about it. And then the rest would be destiny. Of course, we'd have to play that whole game, would they, won't they, right up until we kiss in the very last scene.
But just so we're clear, they won't. I mean, we won't.
Completely agree. You gotta admit though, it's a hell of a story.
But kind of a sad one at that. I didn't sign up to just have a story to tell. I was hoping to find true love.
I think we all are.
Come on, Warren. You're young. You have your whole life ahead of you.
Don't take this the wrong way, but wasn't that true about you at one point?
Touche. It was.
So what happened? You mentioned grandkids. I assume you were married?
Married and in love can be two very different things, especially back then, Warren.
Well, I don't think your generation has a patent on letting time slip by a little too swiftly, you know? Been there and done that.
But you're so young.
Yeah, but I'm also so divorced.
How? When? Why?
Do I throw a where into that line of questioning also?
Okay, where?
Okay, well, the where and the how, it doesn't really matter. Basically what matters is the why. The why is what I always end up coming back to. It's why I'm here tonight. Not why did I get married so much, but why can't I be happy? And one day I just looked over and looked at the woman that I promised I would spend the rest of my life with, and I don't know. Just realized that, once upon a time, really not that long ago, I stood up in front of our nearest and dearest and said I do, when I did not. I really did not, and I knew it back then too. I just, I don't know, I just sort of mortgaged my happiness for what everybody wanted me to be, or at least what I thought they wanted me to be. We stayed together so long, so people seemed real happy for us. As unhappy as that made me.
Oh, Warren, it comes down to something so simple yet so true. We only have one life to live, if you believe that way. And so you have to spend more days happy than sad. Accumulate more memories, good than bad.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience.
And from the heart. As mismatched as we are, I'm beginning to think there's a reason that we found ourselves here on this Thanksgiving Eve. Decades may separate us, but the only nuances define the slight differences in our stories. I was married too, Warren, to Mr. Dennis. Did you ever have him?
The Little League coach? Wait, are you the one that used to make those cookies that he would bring?
Claire's famous cookie bars are award-winning all throughout the South Shore. Not a bake sale could contain them.
I know he's passed, and I don't want to speak ill of the dearly departed, but yeah, he always just used to tell us that was his recipe. I don't think anyone believed him, though, so don't worry.
Warren, I was married to that man for almost 40 years. There's a lot of falsehoods buried in trumped-up facts. And after a while, you just start believing fiction.
Why did you stay together so long?
For a while, it was for the kids. And then they got older and moved on and had kids of their own. And still I stayed. So my answer is fear, I guess.
Of him?
Oh, no. Oh, no, of me. Of being alone. Or more to the point, being with only myself. I disappointed myself, Warren. I am 65 years old. 65. I have been unhappy for the lion's share of my life, and nobody did that to me but me. Because I didn't choose to put myself first. You know, selfish doesn't have to be a bad word.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, look at it this way. You figured it out, eventually. You're here.
On a date with a guy who I absolutely helped open a Capri Sun once or twice. Yeah, I wouldn't exactly call that a win.
Maybe not this specifically, but listen, you're here. You're out. You did it. You stayed. This is a win for you, right? You saw me come in. You could have ran back home very quickly and got a head start on that casserole. I don't think anybody would have blamed you for that, but you did it. You got out here and you stayed. From where I sit, you've got plenty of life ahead of you still. And, you know, some lucky guy has no idea his stars are about to change once this match fixes their algorithm and sets you up with somebody in your age bracket.
You're wise beyond your years, Warren. You know that? It must be the name. Your parents really did label you an old soul.
Yeah. No, and honestly, I think it's just easier to diagnose people from a distance. When you get up close and look at yourself, that's when you start to see the real mess. That's why I avoid mirrors like a vampire.
And yet, you stayed. You could have just faded into the night like Homer Simpson backing into the bushes. Yes, I'm up on my knees. My grandkids even got me on TikTok. But seriously, Warren, you stayed. You could have slid out of my DMs and onto Tinder or Bumble or Farmer's Daughter and found some other chick to romance. Someone more your age. But you didn't. You stayed. You embraced the craziness. You took a chance on me. And likely not for a story, and definitely not for romance. No, for something else.
Hey, we're all the same, right? I think deep down, we all just sort of want connection of some sort. And it's the holidays, which I think underscore that pretty well.
I'll give thanks to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Seriously, though, where is everybody? Where is the waitstaff? Also, what the hell is Farmer's Daughter?
There's a dating app for everyone, Warren. Sounds like I just did you a favor. But you are right. Where is everyone? I'm looking right at the sign on the door.
inside though. That means closed. We gotta stop doing
that.
And
Land back.
Okay. No, sorry.
So clearly, someone forgot to lock up.
Yeah, and then clearly someone didn't realize what night it was when they took this reservation.
So clearly, we should get out of here before this date ends in mugshots.
Yeah. Although I guess at that point we would have a pretty good story to tell.
I think we already do.
Well, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep this one to myself. Not 'cause I'm embarrassed or anything, but just, this has been nice. And I think this night, this is ours.
So what do you say about a little agreement? Every few months, maybe we eat back here when they're actually open, and we regale each other with the latest and greatest stories from our adventures in dating. I could certainly use a gentleman's perspective.
I could use a friend. Maybe a juice box.
Oh,
All right, this is Dennis. It's a date.